Lesson 24, Math C. We're going to start in part 1. I'll read what it says. Follow along. A lot of word problems tell about the amounts that somebody spends. For some of these problems, you subtract. For some of these problems, you add. Here's the subtraction problem. A person with $7 and spends $5. How much does the person end up with? The problem tells how much money the person has at first and then how much the person spends. Here's an addition problem. A person spends $7, then the person spends $9 more. How much does the person spend in all? The person spends more than $7. To find how much the person spends, you have to add 7 and 9. The answer is $16. I'll read each problem below the box. Tell whether you'll add or subtract to figure out the answer. Problem A. A person spends $2 and then spends $5 more. How much does the person spend in all? Are you going to add or subtract? You're going to add because you're finding out how much they spent in all. Problem B. A person has $30 and then spends $20. How much does the person end up with? You are going to subtract because first they had $30, then they spent $20. All right, we're going to go ahead and move to part 2 in your textbook. All right, for all these problems, a person is buying more than one thing. The person must pay for each thing she buys. So, to find the amount she spends, you have to add all the amounts spent on different things. I'll read what it says in the box. A person is not buying all of the items that are shown with price tags. Read each problem to see what the person buys. Add the prices for all those items and figure out how much the person spends. Touch problem A. A person buys 1 and 3. How much does that person spend? Touch the 2 items that the person buys. The person buys 1 and 3. So you add these up together to see how much the person spends. Okay? We're going to write an addition problem. So, problem A. A person buys 1, which is $3.45, and 3 bought something for 71 cents. Okay, so I'm going to make an addition problem to find out how much money was spent in all. Okay, 5 plus 1, 6, 4 plus 7, 11. So 1 down, carry the 1. Don't forget to put that decimal down. That's very important. 3 plus 1 is 4. So $4.16. That's how much that's how much person A spent. Person B. A person buys 2, 3, and 4. So they bought 2. For number 2, it's $2.35. 3 is 71 cents, and 4 is $1.69. All right, so see that little mistake I just made? Make sure that all of your decimals are lined up so that you are all in the correct column. All right, so we're going to be adding these up. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 5 is 15. Put your 5 down, carry your 1. 6 plus 7, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. 7 down, carry the 1. Decimal down. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. $4.75 is how much person B spent. Person C. They buy items 1, 2, and 4. So item 1 was $3.45. 1, 2, and 4. 2 is $2.35. and 4 was $1.69. Make sure that your decimal points are all lined up. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 9 is 19. Put your 9 down, carry your 1. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4 down, carry the 1. Make sure to bring that decimal down. Then you add up your last column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Person C spent $7.49. All right, so I have 416, 749, 475. Which person spent the most money? I'm just curious. Person C spent the most money. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to part 3. All right, part 3 in your textbook. The problems tell about two numbers and a letter that go in the number family. Remember, the letter works just like a box. It's the missing number. If the missing number is a small number, you subtract to find it. If the missing number is a big number, you add to find it. For one of those problems, you'll have to add a hundreds numeral and a tens numeral. Remember, you have to make sure everything is lined up in the ones column and be careful when you write your problems, when you add them up. Okay, so all right, problem A says the big number is M. The small numbers are 103 and 749. Okay, so I'm going to need to find my big number, which is M, which is like a box, remember? So I'm going to have to add 103 plus 749, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 plus 1 is 5. 7 plus 1 is 8. So M equals 852. Like I said, make sure that they're lined up so that you can get all of the problems added correctly. I'm going to go ahead and help you set up B, and then I want you guys to try C and D on your own, okay? Ready? The second small number is 9. The big number is 84. The first small number is R. So I'm solving for R, okay? Remember, I'm missing a small number, so I'm going to have to work backwards. So it's going to be 84 minus 9 to figure out what R equals. Go ahead and answer that. Cross out the R and write it above, and then go ahead and complete C and D on your own. All right, next we are going to jump over to the workbook page. Lesson 24 in your workbook. These are number families that have a small number of 6. Your turn, write in the missing number in each family. You're going to be adding up these numbers and writing the answers on the line. Okay, part 2. We are estimating our lines. Remember, when you estimate, you just make a good guess. You'll make a line for each problem without using a ruler. You're going to estimate how long it should be, then draw it. Find A. So this is 1 inch. Now I need you to draw 4 inches. So you're going to draw this 4 times. Okay? So you're estimating how long 4 inches would be. All right, B. This is how long 3 inches is. They want you to draw 2 inches. So is 2 inches as long as 3 inches? No, it's probably going to be shorter, a whole inch shorter. And then C, they drew 2 inches. They want you to draw 2 inches in a different direction. Go ahead and complete that now. All right, part 3. In your workbook, these are number families that have a small number of 4. Write in the missing number. You're going to be subtracting. Okay? So you're going to work backwards. Number 1, 6 minus 4 equals blank. Working backwards. Okay? Go ahead and complete those. When you are finished, we move on to part 4 in your workbook. Part 4 looks like this. You have to borrow to work these problems, but for some problems, you have to borrow to work in the ones column. For others, you have to borrow to work in the tens column. Okay? Remember, you have to borrow if the number on the bottom is bigger than the number on the top. So let's go ahead and look at the first column here in problem A. 7 and 7. Do I have to borrow? No. So I can go over here. 9 and 3. I am going to have to borrow here from the 5s because I cannot take 9 from 3. Okay? So sometimes it's in the ones column and sometimes it'll be in the tens column. You guys have to try and figure those out. And then go ahead and complete the independent work, part 5, as well as the independent work in your textbook. When you are finished, please submit to your teacher.